Welcome back. In this video, we'll be looking for Nevada State historical markers numbers 141 through 145. So let's start in Clark County on State Route 564, East Lake Mead Parkway, and a little over 6 miles northeast of Henderson. We will discover our first marker on the left-hand side of the road. Here we find marker number 141, Old Spanish Trail, Armijo's Route. The Old Spanish Trail, Armijo's Route. On January 8, 1830, the first pack train to pass from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Los Angeles crossed the Las Vegas Valley. Antonio Armijo, a merchant in Santa Fe, commanded the train and roughly 60 men. The successful completion of the journey opened a trade route between the two Mexican provinces of New Mexico and California. Following the longest, crookedest, most arduous pack mule route in the history of America, Armijo's party and others brought woolen goods to Los Angeles and returned to Santa Fe driving herds of valuable mules and horses. Later termed the Old Spanish Trail, this route was the principal means of transportation between the two Mexican territories until the end of the Mexican War in 1848. Nevada State Historical Marker number 141. 37 miles away on State Route 160, right before Mountain Springs, we find another dirt pull-off on the eastbound shoulder and our next marker. Marker number 142, Old Spanish Trail, Mountain Springs Pass. Old Spanish Trail, Mountain Springs Pass. This portion of the Old Spanish Trail was discovered in January 1830 by Antonio Armijo during his first trip from Santa Fe to Los Angeles. The spring just north of this marker provided excellent water and feed meadows of luxuriant grass for draft animals. 2 days were required to travel between Las Vegas and Mountain Springs Pass. The trip was broken at Cottonwood Springs, the site of Blue Diamond, where an early start was usually made in order to climb the pass by nightfall. Early travelers often referred to this area as Paiute Springs, but the present title has been used for over a century. The altitude made Mountain Springs one of the favorite camping spots on the trail. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 142. Now let's drive 535 miles north to the Fort McDermitt Indian Reservation, near the Oregon border. Located on N Road, across from the tribal offices, is our next marker. Marker number 143, Sarah Winnemucca Hopkins, 1844-1891. Sarah Winnemucca Hopkins, 1844-1891. Sarah Winnemucca, whose Paiute name was Thokmantoni, Shellflower, was the daughter of Chief Winnemucca and granddaughter of Captain Truckee, a friend and supporter of Captain John C. Fremont. Sarah Winnemucca sought understanding between her people and European Americans when the latter settled on Paiute homelands. Sarah lectured, wrote a foundational book in American Indian literature, and founded the non-government Peabody School for Native children outside of Lovelock, Nevada. She worked tirelessly to remedy injustice for her people and to advocate peace. Here at Fort McDermitt, she served as an interpreter and teacher. Because of her importance to the nation's history, Sarah Winnemucca Hopkins was honored in 2005 with a statue in the National Statuary Hall of the U.S. Capitol. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 143. Our next marker is a little over 8.5 miles away. Located on the corner of S Road and US 95, we find our next marker. Marker number 144, Fort McDermitt. Fort McDermitt. Established in 1865, Fort McDermitt was first called Quinn River Camp No. 33 on the East Fork, then renamed in honor of Military District Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles McDermitt, who died while fighting Native Americans. The fort consisted of several adobe, stone, and frame buildings surrounding a square. Its purpose was to protect the Virginia City, Quinn River Valley, Oregon Road. 24 years of operation made it the longest-serving active Army fort in Nevada. Its troops participated in the Modoc War and in conflicts with the Bannock and Shoshone tribes. It was the last of the Nevada Army posts in service when converted into an American Indian Reservation School in 1889. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 144. Next, we will need to travel 118 miles to Pershing County. Once on Interstate 80, we will head west and get off at exit 149 towards Unionville. Then travel south on State Route 400 for 16.5 miles. At the junction of State Route 400 and Unionville Road, we find our next marker. Marker number 145, Unionville. Unionville, Pershing County. Southern sympathizers settled in Buena Vista Canyon in 1861 after the discovery of silver ore. Appropriately called Dixie, their camp's name changed to Unionville in 1862 when the will of the neutral and northern factions of the population prevailed. The town was designated as the seat of Humboldt County, which was itself the product of Buena Vista mining activity. Unionville lost its distinction to Winnemucca in 1873. By the late 1870s, most of the local ores were depleted, but it remained a pleasant place, enjoying more amenities and less violence than most mining towns in spite of its strong political feelings. Today, Unionville still retains its picturesqueness. Nevada State Historical Marker, number 145.